See you later.
Yeah! Oh, my!
Wow! See you later.
Whoa! Huh?
Wow! I believe in you. Way to go!
Oh, yay! Here we go.
All guests are required to pull that handle.
Yeah.
All guests are required to pull that handle. Help! Help!
Here we go! Woo!